First of all, I want to welcome you all to the Sioux Empire Fair for the kickoff of the Back to the Farm Bill campaign. As you see behind me, we got a very distinguished group of my friends from a very diversified group too, as far as that goes. It's not all farmers. And I think that's what makes this even that much more important. My name is Doug Sumke. I'm president of the South Dakota Farmers Union. And again, I want to thank you all for being here today because this is a very important event. We formed this coalition of group of businesses and group of associations from South Dakota to raise the awareness over the next month about the importance of the Farm Bill and to the future for this great state. This coalition is made up of a number of diverse groups representing thousands of South Dakotans. The American Coalition of Ethanol, Black Hills Forest Resource Association, Dakota Rural Action, Ducks Unlimited, Feeding South Dakota, Pheasants Forever, South Dakota Biotech Association, South Dakota Corn Growers, South Dakota Dairy Producers, of course the South Dakota Farmers Union, South Dakota Grassland Coalition, South Dakota Poultry Industry Association, South Dakota Sheep Growers, South Dakota Stock Growers Association, South Dakota Wind Energy Association, Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership, and the Yankton Area Chamber of Commerce. The goal of this group is to show a united front to urge our members of Congress to pass a new farm bill before the current one expires in September. As you know, it's been extended one time already, and that's not an option, folks. That's not going to save our country from the deficit. It's going to add more cost to our country, and we need to get away from that thought. This group has decided on 5 main points that we want to feel is most important and not political. The Farm Bill must be a compromise. Another extension is not a viable option. The Farm Bill must contain a nutrition title, and Congress cannot repeal the permanent law. And it's time for the U.S. House to add name conferees to the confirmation of the Farm Bill. The Senate has done it. The House left for recess without doing so. That's not responsible action. That's kindergarten action. Today, this coalition will roll out a social media campaign and encourage everyone to like the Back to the Farm Bill campaign on the Facebook. This is a grassroots campaign, and we're excited about all the partners that we have joined so far, and we invite more. We encourage you to talk to your members of and associations that you are members of to become members of this association. Again, this is not a political stance. This is awareness about how important the Farm Bill is to everyone, not just family farmers. A few representatives of this coalition will continue to further discuss the importance of passing the comprehensive 5-year Farm Bill. And at this time, I'd like to invite Matt Jessen, the Executive Director of the Feeding South Dakota, to say a few words.
Thank you, Doug. And again, I'd like to extend my thanks to everybody that is in attendance here today. Why Feeding South Dakota? Why does Feeding South Dakota feel like they need to be a part of this coalition? Obviously, as we know that, in the House, they're wanting to make some changes by cutting the nutrition program or the nutrition title out of the Farm Bill and just run a Farm Bill that's a commodity title only. But we feel that, as one of those 5 points that Doug mentioned, that the nutrition title is a very vital piece of the Farm Bill. And I think what's most amazing for us as a nonprofit organization that's trying to feed hungry South Dakotans is that this group of coalition members, to each and every one, agree that the nutrition title needs to be a part of the Farm Bill. So they all see the value that that nutrition title has to the Farm Bill and the people that Farm Bill serves. I think, too, it's important to realize that the Farm Bill isn't just for farmers. The Farm Bill impacts rural communities, farm communities, just as much. And so it's not only what it does for our farmers that are feeding the world, but also for those people in many of our communities that rely on agriculture for their livelihood. And so we are in support of this, the effort of this Back to the Farm Bill coalition, and we ask and urge everybody to support it as well.
Thank you, Matt. Next, I'd like to call up Lisa Richardson from the South Dakota Corn Growers Association.
Thank you, and it's a great opportunity to be here this afternoon. We have the largest deficit reduction, nonpartisan bill in Congress. It needs to happen, it needs to be completed, and it needs to be done by end of September, period. Continuation spends more money, direct payments go out. It's unheard of, the order that's happening in Congress. Compromise is not a four-letter word. We need to get this farm bill done. We need to get it done before it expires. Appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is a very unique coalition. It's not just ag, it's groups that may not agree on everything, but at the end of the day, getting the farm bill done and making sure it happens this year is very, very important.
Thank you, Lisa. Now I'd like to call up Eric Lindstrom from the Ducks Unlimited.
Thank you, Doug, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Lindstrom. I work on ag policy for Ducks Unlimited out of our Bismarck office. I'm actually a proud Jackrabbit grad, so it's great to come back to South Dakota. We're a tremendous state, tremendous people, so it's glad to see the good turnout here today. Just to reiterate what's been said already, we need to pass a farm bill. Congress works for us, so we need to get them to, move action. We've made great success and progress in the Senate, but the House left, as Lisa and others mentioned, on recess. So it's time for them to hear from constituents back home. And when they return to work in September, they only have a few weeks of legislative action left before the bill expires on September 30th. So it's time for them to hear from all of you. As been said, this isn't just about nutrition or agriculture. It's about conservation, it's about nutrition, it's about agriculture, it's about ranching, it's about energy, it's about forestry. It's a broad suite of constituent support across the country, and over 16 million American jobs depend on this bill passing, so we need to get it passed. So with that, I'd like to thank you again for your attendance and help us get a farm bill passed in September.
Next, I'd like to bring up the South Dakota Wind Energy Association board member, Matt McClarty.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. It's a little sad, too, that this group needs to come together to demand Congress do their job. The Farm Bill, for a very long time, has always been a nonpartisan bill with the best of the Democrats and the best of the Republicans coming together to do what's right for rural South Dakota. The South Dakota Wind Energy Association strongly supports this group because in South Dakota, the wind energy is based in rural South Dakota. And there are energy programs that are part of the Farm Bill, such as the Rural Energy for America program, which provide grants and loans to people who are looking into renewable energy, energy efficiency, and geothermal projects, and have actually been able to grant money for a lot of feasibility studies for wind farms across all of South Dakota. So you see that the Farm Bill is much larger than just farmers, just ranchers. It's about rural communities all across South Dakota, and we join everyone in saying it's time Congress got back to work, did their job, and passed a Farm Bill for South Dakota. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming here and joining us today for the support of this comprehensive 5-year farm bill. I want to thank all these people that are up in this stand behind me today, because they are what are leading this cause. But we need to draw more attention. We need the people behind them. We need you to contact your congressman. I know this is not just about South Dakota Congress either. This is not about our representatives. This is about Congress as a whole. They just have not decided to do their job, and we need to hold them accountable. This is not just about farmers either, as was stated by everyone here. This is about the food, the conservation, the energy, the economic development, the jobs, the trade, rural America and urban America, and for all Americans. That's what this is about. So again, thank you, and we look forward to your questions.